The fifth and final talk in the series, covering more details on the party's policies, is to cover our plans for the economy, which is one of the largest issues that we are looking at tackling at the moment, given the current situation in the country. The UK has one of the largest, strongest and richest economies anywhere in the world. We are already in a very good position, and what we need to do is to keep it that way and to continue building on what we already have. As part of this, of course, we have the concern over the future trade agreements we will have with the European Union, the United States and so on, which are being thrown into some sort of complication and uncertainty. And the value of business transactions that are taking place at the moment are declining somewhat as a result of that uncertainty over the future. Once we have more of a solid idea of where things are going to be going in the next few years in that regard, that we can continue building upon that and to seek the best possible results from the situation that we find ourselves in. One of the main aims of the party in terms of the economy is to increase the relative importance of smaller companies. There are in this country huge numbers of people who work in small independent shops or who run their own business or just work in that sort of sector where they work with only a small number of other people. These businesses are significantly more flexible. They come in a massive variety. They can fill basically every aspect of what the country needs in terms of services, products and so on. And we need to make it so that it is significantly easier for people to set up their own new business and easier for them to run it and to turn a profit and to hire staff and to pay taxes. At the end of the day, what we need is for people to be earning money, paying it in tax and funding the cost of public services in this country. And rather than raising the rate at which people pay tax, we would rather increase the amount of money that they earn and then take the same proportion of that money, which would mean that the government would be bringing in more money as a result. And the way to do that is just to increase the amount of money that people are making across the country, primarily by investing in subsidising the economy and encouraging growth. There are ways for the government to increase the number of jobs, the number of high-paying jobs in particular, without just forcibly saying that the minimum wage is now going to be, say, £15 an hour, which is a rather more simplistic solution that would actually result in the closure of a lot of small companies that would be able to afford to continue paying that rate. As an alternative, we would be looking to just encourage and incentivise and subsidise people to get them working, get them doing more, and generally just earning more money, which we would then take back in tax and use to pay for all of the costs of the improvements in public services that we want to see. A better health service, better education, better transport infrastructure and so on. As well, of course, we need to continue trading internationally. That's a pretty big deal. We produce less than we used to at certain times in history, but we still produce a lot of physical products, and we also generate a lot of services which are paid for by people around the world. And we need to continue encouraging that to take place. The other thing, of course, is to work towards closing tax loopholes for the larger companies, which is a massive worldwide issue. The biggest concern, of course, is that if you start forcing companies that are based in this country to pay their fair share of tax, they will simply move to another country that has more relaxed rules on the issue. And we would then lose any money we were getting from them and all of the employees that they had working for them, and we would be in a worse position than we were before. So it is a very careful, delicate process to try and bring about a change there to encourage or coerce or generally push larger companies towards paying their taxes, whilst also bringing significantly larger numbers of smaller companies into the industry that would then be each paying a small amount, and would potentially possibly balance out the loss of any major corporations that might decide to move away due to our tax policies. All in all, the economy is a very delicate, carefully balanced system, in particular considering the extent of globalisation and the ease of simply moving to another country. It is something that would need to be worked on slowly and carefully over the course of many years, but the general emphasis of the policy is towards increasing the number of people who are able to earn higher amounts of money. Rather than increasing the minimum wage, we would reduce the number of people who are earning that much, whilst also tackling various loopholes that exist to get around paying people that. The ideas of commission-based work and zero-hour contracts and so on that allow employers to pay their staff less than minimum wage, or at least less than a livable amount of money. Overall, the idea is that as many people as possible would benefit from these economic policies. And that is the main aim of the party, to get just as many people in the country into a better position as we can possibly manage. Which seems a decent enough goal.